Coffee Table Media. I am your host, Mr. Gypsy SCB, Mr. Love of Blood itself, and today we're going to go over the importance of knowledge of self and kind and why it is so fundamental to each individual and for your self-preservation. Recently here, within the last 30 days, we just lost Chadwick, a very profound actor that gave a lot of insight as far as fantasy and interpretation of so-called black history, culture, and things of that merit. To recently, just as of here as yesterday, prior to me recording this video that you're watching here now, we lost a gentleman by the name of Kingface, who is a rapper, who is a political activist. I know he didn't like the term political activist, but he's been looked at that because of him bringing MAGA to the urbanized community all throughout New York and the boroughs where he's from, and just getting a massive attention across social media to enlighten people on the difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party and why you should choose one potentially over the other, and also to ultimately just do some of the same work I'm doing here today with Coffee Table Media, just allowing people to formulate your own opinion on everything that you should, but not step on each other's toes because we divide our decision making differently. You go left, I go right, and that causes a void with some people where they feel like they can no longer support you, be a part of your contact list, friends list, however people do the bullshit today, because things have changed where people no longer really give proper homage and really look out for one another. It really has a very negative mindset of the prince and princess mentality, which anyone that's had any kind of conversation with me knows I bring up a lot. And what I mean by the prince and princess mentality is raising children in a very young age and telling them that everything is going to be all right, and allowing them to get away with things that they should have been punished, scolded, or basically put in place for, and allow them to think that everything's just going to be all right because of their position, because of their name, or what family they were brought into. And it gives them a false identity of reality where you're never chastised, you're never questioned. So when the light and fruition in the future, such as in junior high, high school, and the workplace, it's already too late because you've been a facade that you are special and that you are somehow a superstar amongst people who are below you. You are a demigod amongst pawns. And this gives a very false directive, and it causes us to have very harsh relationships business-wise, financially, and everything else amongst those. Because I don't care what people say, business and finance do interplay with personal relationships due to the fact that if you are really doing things for investment, development, those are things that also take wealth, which takes ingenuity, which takes a mindset, which takes you to take sometimes the ideals and the sometimes radical approach of others and interpolate it into your own meaning. In other words, of the old age debate, knowledge and experience are totally two different things. So those who have the experience are always going to beat those with the knowledge due to the fact that I've gained the knowledge through my experience. So I've actually put the metal to the floor to the metal, so to speak. I've already smashed on that. I've already pushed past that. You understand? I already did it, the wiggling and the movement down the fucking road, when you're still sitting here trying to interpolate or trying to break down mathematically or to some type of theology of what you want to do next instead of just getting your fucking feet wet. And that has to deal with this problem what I open up this conversation with, of making sure you look into your health more, your wealth more, because they are interrelated between each other. Health is wealth and wealth is health. If you don't have one, you don't have the other. And one will eventually go above the other. And at that point, you're going to be in a very tough cookie. So always take the time to hone in and to listen to your inner mind, your inner ear first before you to make any decisions, particularly those are pertinent to you and to your financial and psychological welfare. Better meaning, decision making. I talk sometimes in this way because I know that people's time and level of patience to listen to these type of not necessarily lectures, but basically just advice. People have a very small. I try to cram as much as I can in for you, and also to whoop your ass with your head. The more that you go back and look over it, you realize the true essence of what I'm telling you. This is Gypsy SEB, Mr. Love Over Blood. This is Coffee Table Media. We love you, and we gone.